It's been a quiet week on the island, our hometown, set here on the edge of the San Francisco Bay. It's a brand new year with some consolation among a world of troubles. It will be King George's last year in office, and that is a good thing. The end is in sight. And as we have a new year upon us, it's time for the annual Bay Area Flyover. Right now we have our sound engineer, Javier, up on the roof, with the official Island Life flying contraption, which typically operates only at night because it's better for the imagination. The lights are pretty to look at, and, well, quite frankly, none of us has a pilot's license and the machine is not certified with the FAA. But nothing venture, nothing win, as Edmund Hillary used to say. So do come on up now and let's take her for a spin. We will have to cut through the far corner of the Island Life offices to get there, so keep your hands to yourself and do not feed the riders. Some of them will bite. Come this way between the aisles of slaving copyboys, writers, and accountants. Various departments over there, the European desk, over there, the East Coast desk. Step right here, around the computer rack, behind the desk of the visiting scientist from Acme Vaporware, Dr. Smallberries, among the Bunsen burners and retorts. What's that watermelon doing there? Never mind. Come along now. Out this door here. Right this way, up the stairs, there. Keep on going. Up another flight, and another, and here, where it gets rather narrow, you'll have to come up single file for this bit. You are now in the upper structure, which is surrounded by several high-voltage antennae. Let's get this door open. Step outside. A bit windy up here. You will note the large yellow and black caution areas and signs saying, "Do not stand in front of antenna for more than 5 minutes." Please mind those if you wish to have children someday. Okay, we're all here, and there is Javier with the contraption. It's going to get rather loud when he spins that prop, so here are some earbuds for those of you who cannot fit inside. Here's a belt with carabiners. Good. Do make sure that cannot come off while in flight. Now here's the rope, and you hook yourself in this way. Very good. Now the rest of you climb on in. Oh yes, you guys with the rope. Well, the contraption can only carry so many, about 5, I guess, and there are about 126,000 of you up here on the roof, so you'll just have to rely on your wings. You know, the wings you noticed you had while a child. They are still there, albeit forgotten perhaps. A little rusty. So get ready to use them again, you little angels, you. The contraption will give a nice little boost for those of you who have not been practicing in your dreams. Enough for the pre-flight check. Spin the prop, Javier. Okay, it's going to be a bit noisy until I slide tag A of the noise obviator into slot B. I said slot B. Oh, nuts. What? I can't hear you. Anyone got a hammer on them? A hammer. Anyone? You? Ah, yes, just a ticket. Goodness. Thank you. Here's your hammer back. Now, your pilot's name is Erica. By the way, Mr. Kitson, why are you carrying a hammer around the island at this time of night? Well, never mind. Your pilot's name is Erica, and I am told she is very close to achieving her full license, and all of her instructors speak quite highly of her capabilities, as well as her daring, and her remarkable ability to completely scour the outside of a vintage P-14 within 8 to 10 hours. She has not lost the plane yet. Let's go, Erica! This contraption usually requires a takeoff strip of about 100 yards, and since this roof only gives us about 60 feet, you may notice a bit of initial dip. Whoa! Yes, just like that. Okay, while we circle up above those nasty telephone poles and wires and things, still trailing out a few stragglers from the roof there, let me describe what you're seeing. Well, that's too bad. Looks like we lost our sound engineer. He wasn't, I guess, clipped in securely. Well, we'll get another one. That, next to the offices, is the Pagano's hardware store, founded by Andy Pagano some 54 years ago. No Pagano has had anything to do with the place for 15 years. It is currently owned by Mr. Dominici. There on the other side is the Mastic Senior Center with its big parking lot bounded by chain-link fence. Used to be the ballpark for school there, and many of the seniors who have returned for Wednesday night bingo to relive the days a homer would knock out the window of that Julia Morgan house across the way. A bit higher now, trailing out our retinue. Everyone comfy back there?
Yes!
That is old John's place on the other side of the fence with the chili peppers growing in claw-footed bathtubs, and that's old John watching porno on his new HD TV. Oh dear. Never mind. Now you can see Lincoln Street and the green neon sign of McGrath's Pub down there. Looks like Peter is stepping out, and does seem the fellow's getting a bit sparse on top. Wave to Peter, everybody. Find enough he can't see you. This contraption has a special stealth device available only to NASA, the NSA, the CIA, and the back pages of Mercenary Soldier magazine. So only children and certain kinds of artists can see us now. Getting a bit higher, there's the old Same Place bar with Susie sweeping the litter out the door, and Patrick with Don discussing the annual Thanksgiving Day poodle shoot, no doubt, and the whereabouts of Mr. Howitzer's dog. Still gaining altitude, so we are going low over the place rented by Ms. Morales, the school teacher, Longfellow Middle School. Lights out, so imagine she is snuggled all in, dreaming of her big upcoming wedding with Mr. Ramirez. You're all invited, by the way, and that affair is sure to be quite a splash here. Cutting back southwest in a circle over the section of town called the Gold Coast, we pass over Bear's place, where it seems the fellow is once again tinkering with his 1936 knucklehead motorcycle in his living room, bedroom, foyer, while Sophie has fallen asleep in front of the TV. Let's go on down to the Bayside and cruise over the Dog Walkers Park before cutting back up northeast along Grand Street with its stately mansions, owned by celebrities, including the recently rebuilt mansion destroyed during a fire last year and belonging to the alleged inventor of the roach clip. Here we have Mr. Howitzer's place, there with its wrought iron fences and front door guarded by a pair of concrete lions. Lots of notices still posted for his missing Rottweiler all over the poles down there. Been missing ever since Thanksgiving Day. In fact, come to think of it, ever since Paul showed up at the barbecue fire pit with something, never mind. There's the Home of Truth, presided over by Reverend Carol Hansen, a sturdy minister of the Unity Church, not to be confused with Unitarian, mind you. If anyone should ask, you can tell them the Home of Truth is right here on the island, there on the corner of Alameda and Grand since 1905. There is Pastor Nyquist's Lutheran Church on the left, and that is Our Lady of Incessant Complaint there, the stained glass on the right. Father Duran handles the affairs there for the Catholics. Down central, the Island Mosque is their kitty corner for the dance studio, while if you crane your heads back the other way, you will see beyond the Basilica of the Church of Many Holy Names, Reverend Rectum Rod's first very conservative Baptist church of the Neocon Reformation, dark as it usually is. Further down the same street, you will see the Second Baptist Church, the Third Baptist Church, the Fourth and Fifth Congregationist churches, an Episcopalian church, a Presbyterian church, the only one with a brick facade. The smallest building at the end of the block is not a church. That is the old Carnegie Library. It's empty, and, of course, a Unitarian church operating out of a storefront. So now we swing over Coast Guard Island and the marina where Tommy and Toby keep their soup, the Lavender Surprise, come back in over the college and the abode of Don Luis Guadalupe Arrizzo with his companion, and take advantage of the open space now of the abandoned Navy base to really get some altitude, and look down on Officer Oben Hahn's cruiser gliding past the clubhouse for the native sons of the Golden West and the Ballina Isle Marina, where Pedro Almeida docks his fishing boat, the SS Borracho Perdido. You scoot along the strand there, and over the household held marginally together by our island punk rockers, Marlene and Andre. Andre's band, No Future in Real Estate, is winding up Sunday practice much as they usually do, with occasional Quentin throwing his drumsticks across the garage at Pedro to miss and hit Wickiwup, the dog, on the nose, which starts him and bonkers barking at one another while the rest of the band screams at each other for missing this or that cue, failing to keep time, and generally screwing up.
lifelong.
Y'all are a bunch of losers. I'm out of here.
Hey, dude, did somebody say something? Hey, where'd everybody go?